allow our bodies that time to rest for a minute. We're rushing around and know what time it is, and we gotta hurry, gotta hurry, gotta hurry. Slow down, catch your breath. Know that it's okay. We're where we need to be. Take a few big inhales through the nose and open mouth exhales, just sighing and allowing your body the time to check in with itself, see how it feels everywhere. Some deep inhales, sigh it out, open mouth exhales. Check in with your arms, your legs, your neck, your shoulders. Just doing that full body scan. What feels perfect this morning, what needs a little bit of rest, what might need a little deeper stretch. And maybe take a moment here to take that deep, deep stretch. Take the arms up overhead, nice long stretch, cat stretch it out. And stretch through the right side body, longer than the left. Point the toes on the right, stretch and reach with that right arm. And then stretch and reach with the left side of the body. As long as you can. And then arms back at your sides. Maybe take another big inhale, stretch again. Stretch with the right arm and the left leg. See if our brains are working. Can we figure that one out yet this morning? Switch it out and stretch that left arm and right leg. And then bring the knees into the chest. Maybe roll around on your sacrum, your low back, checking in to see how you're feeling. Maybe taking the head from side to side. Massage up the back of the skull. And then if it feels okay, taking the right knee, draw it up and into the chest. Extend the left leg out as long as you can. Point the toes, engage the core, draw the left leg all the way up. Very slowly lowering that left leg all the way down. Checking in with the hip flexors. Inhale, bring it all the way up. Letting that whole left leg be contracted and strong here. From the tips of the toes all the way up into that hip. This nice long stretches, bringing the left leg up and down. Slow, thought out breath. Excuse me, slow movement. One more time, nice. And then extend the right leg out long. Draw the left leg in nice and snug, switching it out. Point the toes on that right foot and lower them all the way to the ground. Slow inhale, back up to center. And lower, contracting all the muscles. Nice and strong, nice and tight. Checking in with the core as we're doing this. Hip point to hip point, that transverse abdominal muscle, the rectus abdomini muscle that runs up and down the center of the body. Just checking in, see how things are feeling. And then draw both knees into the chest. Let's extend the heels to the sky and finding that strap if you'd like, and placing that strap around the ball of the feet or a towel or a shawl or whatever it is you might have. Extend the legs up to the sky, both legs together in that strap, and check in with your hamstrings this morning. Press through those heels, creating that length. Remember to relax the shoulders, relax the jaw, and maybe drop the heels about 6 to 8 inches and then bring them up to that first point of resistance. Drop them again and bring them back. One last time, drop them again, a little lower. Bring them back. Hang on here. Toes to the face, heels to the sky. Relax the low back. Long, deep breaths. Press through those heels. One last time, really pressing, checking in, stretching and strengthening the hamstrings. And then release. Let's bring the knees into the chest, towel or strap off to the side. Find your happy baby, whether that is grabbing the soles of the feet, the backs of the thigh, the backs of the calves, whatever's comfortable for you here. And just rock slowly back and forth, massaging it out, bringing the knees down to either side of the body. And then we'll play a little bit here with a little core. It's not as much core work, but it's that balance. We can rock over to the right, touch the right knee to the earth, draw the core in and bring yourself back to the left. Tap the left knee to the earth and the right. Just a little back and forth movement across the back, checking in with our belly, checking in with the back of the shoulders, the sacrum. And come back to that center point. See if we can draw those knees down a little deeper, flatten the spine out nice and long, tuck that tailbone. Nice. Slowly back to that center point, point the toes straight to the sky. We can slide our hands under the glutes if we choose. Palms facing down, extend those toes to the sky, stretch maybe and flex, stretch and flex. Just getting into the ankles a moment. Maybe find a few circles with the ankles in either direction that feels right. And then flex the feet. Note the quads tighten, note the calves tighten somewhat. Core engaged, we're gonna lower the heels slowly all the way to the ground. Stay focused on the core being engaged. They barely tap. Inhale, bring those heels and feet back up to the sky. Legs come back up. Exhale. Inhale, lower all the way down. Exhale, when they reach the earth, bring them back up. Nice, ladies. Nice control. Slow and lower all the way down. If it's more comfortable for you to take your arms out at your sides in a T or down at your sides, whatever works best for your low back. Protect your lumbar spine. Two more. Press those heels away, nice. When you're done with that second one, come back into center with the knees. Draw them into the chest. Find that squeeze of the knees into the body. If you need something for your head or neck to allow your head or neck to be long, go ahead and place a blanket just under the edge of the neck. We're going to find that 90-degree bend here in the knees. Point the toes to the sky. Arms come out in a T with palms down. We're going to engage the core and slowly lower those knees over to the right side. Barely touching the earth. Inhale back up to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. To the right. Center. To the left. Center. Slowing it down as much as you can when you drop those knees. We want to remember our shoulders need to be relaxed. We need to relax our neck. We need to relax the upper body. This is all the core doing this. So taking our time, gently allowing those muscles to contract in the abdomen as we barely touch. On the right, bringing them back up through center and over to the left. Nice. Controlled movement. Give yourself 3 more on either side to create that balance this morning. And then come back to center after you've found 3 more on either side. Stretch it out, cat stretch. Draw the knees into the chest and maybe round the forehead up to meet the knees. Cat, stretch it out nice and long. Bring the forehead up to meet the knees. Just taking 2 or 3 of those nice deep stretches and drawing the knees in, rounding out the spine. When you're done, pause for a moment in Shavasana. Stretch out the body nice and long and breathe. Long, deep breaths. Notice the difference in your energy now. Notice the difference in your body now. That's when you first lay down. We're going to, from here, find a bit of a sit-up, a bit of a crunch, but a bit of a stretch in the glutes, hip flexors, also the shoulders, the traps, the lats. So we're going to do eagle lying on our back, Garudasana. So taking our right arm underneath the left. Create the bind, lift the elbows while lying right here on our back. Lift the elbows so we've got the forearms away from the face. Take a nice even breath into the shoulders and the upper back. We're going to cross the right leg over the left. So bring the left foot right to the ground, bend that left knee, cross the right leg over it. Maybe find that bind. It's a little easier to do when we're lying down, to tuck the toes behind the left leg. Pause here, long, deep inhale, stretching. Exhale, draw the knees to the elbows. Upper body rises up. We've got this nice little sit-up. Inhale, lengthen, let the left foot come back to the earth. Core engaged, exhale, bring it back together. Right elbow touches that right knee. Inhale. Really keep those forearms away. We're opening up those shoulders. Exhale. And inhale. 3 more. 2. Slow, even breath. Undo it all. Release. Take 5-pointed star. Stretch the body out. Take 3 full rounds of breath in 5-pointed star when you're done. Left arm underneath the right this time. Create the bind, whether you're bringing palm to palm together or grasping that right thumb with your left hand. Lift those elbows so that the bottoms of your arms, your upper arms, are parallel to the wall. Forearms are away from the face. Cross the left leg over the right, bringing the right knee to a bend and right foot to the earth. Maybe again, tucking the toes behind that back leg. Take a full inhale, stretch everything out here. Exhale, draw it in. Relaxing those glutes, contracting the abdominal muscles. Inhale, let that foot come back to the earth, arms up. Exhale. Bring the upper body up. We're on 3, baby. Let's find 6 total. So wherever you are, wherever you left off, and when you're done, slowly take those arms out to a T maybe this time, and take the legs wide. Breathe. 3 long breaths in through the nose all the way down to the base of the spine. Exhaling from the base of the spine all the way out. Contracting the core strongly on those exhales. And then crossing the feet at the ankles. Let's find our way into a few spinal rocks. And if it's available, rocking up this morning when you do on that last third or fourth rock, come up to boat pose and hang out there, staying with your boat pose. Rocking right on up and hanging out here a moment. Find your boat. Maybe those arms are outstretched. Maybe those toes are here. Whichever way we are, just take 3 long, deep breaths now. Slowly, maybe let's bring that right leg in. Point the toes of that left foot. Extend it out. Keep those feet up off the ground as much as possible. Chest held high, sternum held high. Right leg in. Point the toes on the left. Left leg, point the toes on the right. 3 more on either side. Remember, practice that sitting up nice and tall, lifting the heart space. Note what's holding you up, all the core muscles. And we're strengthening the legs by contracting and stretching. Last one, come back to that boat pose. Open those arms out. Take a few breaths here. Nice big even reach through the arms. Whether they're at your sides or out, doesn't matter. Breathe. Nice, long, deep, beautiful breaths here. And then when you're ready, release. Draw the knees in, cross the ankles. Give yourself a squeeze. Let the low back relax. So coming into Janu Shirsasana, we're going to take head to knee. We're going to stretch and release some of the low back. So we'll start out with the right leg extended out long. And we'll sit up nice and tall. Let the shoulder blades come down the back. We want that slight firmness again to the belly here. And we want to just draw our body slightly over that right knee. Point the toes to the sky if your hamstrings are stretched out this morning, if that's comfortable. If not, point the toes away from the body. Inhale, nice long spine, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold over the right knee. Inhale, come up. Exhale, reach long again and fold. Pause here. Take those deep breaths. Feel the back side of the body open up when you breathe. We want to send our breath to that space of the kidneys and the low back, stretching and expanding. Relaxing the hips, softening the upper body, breathing deeply. Let's slowly walk it up one vertebrae at a time. Let the head come up last. We're going to extend the left leg out as well. Our left hand's going to come behind that left hip. Point the toes. We're going to inhale, come up off those hips. Reach with that right arm up. So this is a nice big lift. Protect the low back. Use the core. Point the toes. Contract the muscles. Exhale and lower. Inhale, reach back up. Lift those hips nice and high. Reach for the sky. Maybe looking up to that upper thumb. Exhale, come back down. Inhale, reach all the way up. Strengthen that arm. That left arm should be right under the shoulder. Exhale, come right back down. Find 2 more if you've got it. 5 total slow, easy, beautiful breaths reaching up to the sky, maybe taking it all the way up and looking back overhead. Whatever is good for your body, stretch it out. Nice deep breaths, building arm strength, building core strength, building those hips. Nice. Let's tuck the right foot in. Left leg out long. Again, remove that flesh from under the sit bones. Sit up tall. Shift the belly, the navel over that left leg. Inhale, long spine. Let the heart lead all the way down. Janu Shavasana. Take a nice deep breath here. Soft knees if you need this morning. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Exhale, all the way back down. Pause here. Feel the breath in the low back. Really expand that space. Full deep inhales and exhales to the body. Inhale up one vertebrae at a time. Extend the right leg out this time. Place that right hand underneath your right shoulder behind the right hip. Point the toes. Inhale, lift those hips. Take that nice deep stretch all the way up through the fingertips and lower all the way down. Inhale, bring it up. Exhale, come down nice and controlled, soft and easy, nice. Inhale, come up. Exhale, release. See what you've got. See how many you can do this morning. See what feels good in the body. We're strengthening the arms, the hips, the core. Nice deep reach. Beautiful, ladies. Nice work. And when you've come back to that last one, coming back, let's cross the legs. Find our way over into child's pose, Bakasana. So coming right on over to our knees. Keep the knees together this morning. Send the hips back to the heels. Walk it out with the arms. Three deep breaths here. Walk up, hands under the shoulders. Come forward into Bakasana, tabletop. Take the knees below the hips. We'll just find a few stretches. And again, what is it you need? Maybe you can just need the side to side movement, the lateral stretches through the side body. Check in, maybe that rounded out Marjariasana cat pose. Maybe we drop it. Take a deep inhale, let the belly sink. Let the heart reach for the earth. Exhale, taking it back. Be aware of your body. What does it feel like? What do you need? What feels good? You have just a couple more breaths just to play here and stretch. Getting into all the spaces that we don't move, all the spaces that need our attention. little self-care this morning. Come back to that neutral point, tuck the toes, press your way into Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog, press the hips back. Sit bones to the sky, externally rotate the upper arms, spread your fingers nice and wide. 3 full breaths, out the mouth with a sigh, inhale. Exhale it out. Pressing the sit bones to the sky, the thighs behind you. Walk the hands back to meet your feet here. Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, reach out of the hips nice and long. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up, nice long reach through the body. Take a little back bend here if it's there. Exhale, hands to your heart. 2 more half sun salutations. So we'll inhale, nice big reach. Exhale, forward fold. Press into the earth. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, release. Inhale, strong rise all the way up, all the way back into that back bend. Exhale, hands to your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, all the way down. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, release. Inhale, rise all the way up. Back bend. And exhale, hands to your heart. Pause here. In your mountain pose, take 3 long, deep breaths. We'll find a block afterwards. So coming back to your mat with that block again, we're going to work on just a little bit of the core work, transverse abdominal muscles, squaring the hips. And then we'll come into some, the block is so that we can come down. This is what I'll demo for you. We'll come down, we'll stretch and strengthen that transverse abdominal muscle just by hanging out here for a few breaths. And then come into those Shakti Squats, strengthening the quads. So finding that block in front of you. Inhale, nice big reach, stretch and lengthen the spine out. Exhale all the way down. If the block is too wobbly for you, feel free to drop it down on its side, wherever is comfortable, but we want a nice long flat back. We want that length from the hips all the way through the crown of the head. Left foot stays strong, right leg extended out behind you, nice and long. And again, we always think we look wonderful here. We don't realize that right hip's popped up. So be very gentle here. Flex the foot, point the right toes to the ground. Draw the pelvic floor in, navel to spine, hip point to hip point. Breathe here, nice deep breaths. Tucking in, dropping those right hips, ladies, just a little. Nice, big inhale. And as you exhale, bend the left knee, draw the right leg behind it. Find that deep squat. Nice, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squat. Find as many as is comfortable here. Push yourself just a bit. See if you can find 10 this morning. Hold yourself accountable. We're here to strengthen those muscles. Just when you think you can't do anymore, try for that one last push. This is beautiful for our balance, beautiful for building strength in our legs. Nice, ladies. Nice. When you're done, totally taking as much time as you need. When you're done, plant that right leg. Inhale, rise all the way up. Pause in your mountain pose. Take a few breaths. Beautiful work. It always feels so good when we're done. 3 deep breaths. Open mouth size if you need. It's always good to clear it out. Never hurts to let go. Never hurts to admit we need to let go. Nice. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Find the top of that block. Plant the right foot. Maybe lift the toes whenever you plant your feet to really find that solid ground. We shouldn't be gripping with the toes. Core engaged, extend that left leg directly behind you. Flex the toes down towards the earth. Draw the core in. You'll know when you've dropped that left hip enough, you have to engage that transverse abdominal muscle to hold it nice and strong. Looking good, ladies. 3 more long, strong, deep breaths here. After that 3rd breath, find your way into those squats, those Shakti squats, slow and steady. If this causes pain in the knees or causes problems with the knees or low back, come out of it. We can just find those squats with the knees, holding the block, just bending and straightening both legs. Lots of options here if things are creating too much pain for us. We don't want pain. Beautiful. When you're ready, totally coming back to mountain pose. Pausing for a few breaths. Nice work, nice work. So if you want to take a seat on your mat where you can see me, I'm going to show you where we're headed today. We won't spend a ton of time on this today, but I want you to know when we build our strength, we're building it to get to certain places. And this is something that's lots of fun to practice with and play with. Some of us can pop right into it. Some of us need some time. We're going to play with Bakasana. And Bakasana is crow pose. I always tell everybody to build themselves a nice little crash pad so that you have a blanket in front of you. I like a block, and I'll show you why here in a moment. Bakasana, when we start playing with Bakasana, our hands come down, we walk the feet up. We place the block up somewhere beneath our feet or between our feet. Our knees rest in the armpit area. And this is a balanced posture. Maybe we start here and pick up one toe. Maybe we pick up the other. Maybe we play with picking up. I'm going to bring it up a little closer. Maybe we play with picking up that block, bringing it up off the ground and hanging out here. Core in, so the knees rest on the inner sides of the arms, but we squeeze and contract the muscles of the legs to bring everything in. This is one of those fun poses that when we play with Bakasana and build that strength, I can't do it long ways, but we can, maybe I'll come out here. We can take it to so many places. We can come into a headstand with it. We can shoot back into a plank with it for chaturanga. It's just a playful way to find some upper body strength, some core strength. So as I'm watching you ladies build your crash pads, whether if you need a crash pad, great. If you don't, great. But rest those knees up into the armpit area and play here. Maybe just bringing one foot up at it. Nice. Squeeze those knees in. Nice job. And squeeze, 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 squeeze. Beautiful. Take your time. Nice, Ellen. Breathe. Jocelyn, awesome. You guys are amazing. See, I have the best students already. I don't need to teach you guys anything. Nice. It's just a fun place to play, because then from there, when you're steady and stable in it, you can bring your head to the earth and bring your legs up into teddy bear and come all the way up into a headstand, a beautiful inversion. But again, it makes us think about the contraction of the muscles and strengthening of those muscles so that we are steady and stable. Don't mind the first week of having bruises in your armpits all the way down to your elbows. It happens. Nice. Beautiful. When you're ready, come back to a seat. But it's something to keep up with, play with. It really is fun. It really can take you to so many different places in your jump backs to chaturangas. There's lots that can be done. But Bakasana is a beautiful balance pose. So what I'd like us to do is, since we've gotten our side stretches in, our forward bends in Uttanasana, our side bends with our little bit of movement in Marjariyasana, I want to get us, we did our balance, we did our twist with our core work with our knees on either side this morning. I'd like to get us into an inversion before we find Shavasana today. So coming back to your backs, if you would like to find, again, your blanket for shoulder stand, Salambasana. And just bringing that blanket so that it comes down, just supporting the neck so that you have some place to rest the back of the head and neck. Coming all the way back onto your backs, slowly taking the time to walk the hands underneath the body. Rocking the hips up. Maybe this is as far as we get today. That's totally okay. Maybe we walk those elbows in a little further behind the back. Walk the hands even further up the back. That nice deep shoulder stand in. Nice deep inversion. Should you like to play with plow, bringing the toes all the way down to the earth. Again, all options for your body, all options for you. If this is something that's too uncomfortable for you, a shoulder stand, Lift the hips, place a block under the sacrum. Just getting the hips up in the air. Deep, deep breaths to the body. When you're done here, and please take all the time you need in this pose. Inversions are wonderful for your body. When you're done here, we'll come into fish pose, Matsyasana, which is the natural counter pose for Lao. And again, some options if you have neck issues in fish. I'll show you what I'd like you to do. You can take a blanket or a bolster for that. And take a blanket or bolster and place it lengthwise down the spine. We're going to stretch out and bring our bodies, bring that blanket or bolster right up to the hips and lie back. Let the head drape off the edge. Goal is opening up the throat. So in plow, we do the compression of the thyroid and parathyroid. This is the counter to that, opening it back up. However, if you're okay and do not have neck issues, Matsyasana is coming back on our backs. We're going to walk the hands underneath, start to lift those forearms and shoulders and slide back so the crown of the head rests right on the earth. Point the toes. Taking those deep breaths. So lying on your back, you guys are already there, you're awesome. Lying on your back and just breathing, opening up the front of the chest. Opening up that throat space that's been compressed in that inversion. Nice even rounds of breath to the body. Toes pointed away from the body. If you've dropped back at all and you're okay with the support of the head under the body, you can always bring the hands out from under the body and place the hands at heart center. But again, that is if you are completely comfortable here with supporting the body weight on the head. That's a bit of work. But it's beautiful if you can do it. Nice even rounds of breath. Beautiful. When you're ready to release, slowly release the body down one vertebrae at a time. Draw the knees into the chest. Maybe round the forehead up to meet the knees if that's available. And then stretch it out into that cat stretch. We're going to do one last hip opener. We did a little bit of work today with those hip flexors. So before we go into our Shavasana today, I'd like for you to walk the feet up, bend the knees, have your block beside you. Walk the feet up, bend the knees. Slip that block underneath the low back at whatever height under the sacrum that is comfortable for you. Walk the shoulders underneath, lift the heart. If you can do this and it's comfortable, bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees open out. So we're getting into the iliopsoas muscle. We're getting into the hip flexors. We're relaxing the glutes, palms turn up. Again, taking those nice even rounds of breath. Every exhale, feel your body relaxing over and melting over the block. Our body is a wonderful mechanism that's always working to assure that when one muscle or body part is being taxed or overworked, they all want to jump in and help us out. So a lot of times when we're trying to work on our core and work with our rectus abdominis muscle, our transverse abdominis muscle, our low back's impacted. And when our low back starts to become impacted and involved, hamstrings, hip flexors, psoas muscle, all want to jump in and help out. So this is a nice way to release all of the tension here. Taking 3 or 4 more deep breaths. Again, when your body says that it's ready to come out, please do come out, stretch your body out, find whatever last minute moves that you need, and slip into Shavasana. Take those deep, deep breaths. Relaxing the body. Checking in head to toe. With all the muscles, all the joints, all the bones in the body. Take a full inhale and exhale, soften, surrender. Note any tension or any energy, any softness in the body this morning. Any changes that you may feel. Knowing that our strength doesn't come overnight or after just an hour's practice. It takes work, it takes tapas, it takes discipline. Rest today, knowing that you've done some of the work. Let those thoughts move right on past you while you're in this state of rest. This is your time. Take a moment here to invite in a deeper breath. Take a moment here to invite in those gentle movements in the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles. Those movements that take energy. That energy is prana. Through the breath, we bring in prana. We create that dance with our bodies between the energy, the movement, the breath. Take a stretch if you need. Slowly find your way up to your right side and over. Tuck your head under, unrest it on your right arm. Find the knees to your body. Take a moment here to soften again. As I read to you a beautiful reading from Dana Falds. It's called Let It Go. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold. The holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the way and the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. I heard that the other day and had to share. It's just a beautiful, beautiful reminder for us to let go of the struggles and face everything as we move through our days. If you would rise up, find that comfortable seat, hands in at your heart, find a smile on your lips, bow inward, taking this time to honor your morning, your practice, time spent connected together. Thank you guys so much for joining me this morning. In love, light, and awareness, I honor each of you. Namaste. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. I'm going to